get back to streaming twice a week, at least. That is always the goal. That's honestly always been the goal, just got distracted. Um, but today has been decent. I haven't feel like I'm a little crooked. Mm, hold on. Let me try to fix it. Let's see if it stays up. Okay, I think that's a little better. Better than it was. Um, but my day's been chill. I haven't done too much. I went to work. Um, and then also my best friend graduated today. Um, not like high school or college, but like military. I don't really military training, basic training, something like that. Something along those lines. I don't know all the details, but I'm proud. I think I want to send. I be wanting to send bit emojis, but I think I deleted that. I be running out of space, so some things just have to go. Oh, I can send the balloons. Congratulations. Oh, with Tyrese face. That's what I'll do. Tyrese. Tyrese. Crying. Tyrese, congratulations. Like, what's the best way to find that? Google. Then I also was ordering. Oh, I ordered that game, Liar. No, Box of Lies. So that should be here soon. I'll either do that with maybe my brother or my friend. Congratulations. Okay, found the image. And save. I don't even know what context that photo is from, but it's funny. Mm. And I was getting advertisements on TikTok for like Utah and Arizona. I'm like, maybe I can just need to go. Oh, did it get placed? No, it has not. Okay. Um, yeah, Utah, Arizona. It was saying that I should go to what are the names of those areas? Silver Falls State Park, and then also the was it Zion National Park. Both places on my itinerary. I haven't gone yet, but it's a plan to. Okay. Um, but yeah. I be forgetting what I'm about to say. Oh well, my best friend, she graduated. She all the way in, I think, Washington State right now, though. So it's just gonna take her a minute to actually get back to Virginia. My guess is probably that's literally across the country. So if you're driving, let's say 5 days, maybe she won't come straight back. She might stop in Texas first. Okay, we're gonna say 2 weeks. 2 weeks, and today's the 20, today's 17th. I think I'm also gonna start playing, or try to start playing some video games again. But I only ever played like two. I only played no, I played three different games. I played Among Us and I played Overcooked and then Repo. There was some other game I tried to play, but it was acting up, so we never come back. Mm, mm, but yeah. That is the goal this year. Goal, not this year, this month. Stream consistently and then also post on YouTube. Because I feel like I was making progress on YouTube, but I just stopped posting. I do, I don't know. I guess hindsight is 2020 because I wish I just started like back when Vine was a thing. Because then you'd already have a following. But I didn't know. I didn't know. And then also like maybe it was just me, but I remember like teachers warning you about like your digital footprint and like don't post or like don't use your name, stuff like that. But it's like if I was posting, I wouldn't care about a regular job. Ooh. Um, oh, shit. I'll be forgetting. Does I don't know. I guess it doesn't matter. But I had some stuff I wanted to react to. Uh, where is? Oh, I kind of want to watch that show Fish Tank again. Oh, maybe I should have got on later. But I'll watch. Could have been maybe tomorrow, or the next day. Mm, I feel like I'm missing something. What is that man's name? Because there was someone else I wanted to. Oh, um, damn. Let me. I have followers. Um, oops. Okay. All right. Subscriptions. Sometimes I'm feeling slow. Like, I be clicking on
What
shit
would appear
and
to
then it
be
don't.
the normal
Stop. Okay. All right. Small, big. Small, big, big, small. Okay. This is Poetic Flacco, and it's Georgia man kills his wife on live stream after discovering her secret. Now, I will say I don't really like this title, but I do know what it's about. So like maybe the title is just a little misleading.
toxic couple on IG Live arguing turned into a very brief murder investigation that left the world shocked and everything played out on Facebook Live. The Frenchman and Duchess Dior is the average hood couple, to be honest. Ex-felon, factory worker, CNA. It's the dream couple in the hood, to be honest. Multiple baby daddies, multiple baby mamas, multiple kids in
Multiple.
between, and part-time, they set up people to rob them. That's not hyperbole or me just guessing or stereotyping. Duchess Dior would admit that he asked her to DM a guy to line him up so he could rob the guy when he was down bad. So this is just the average hood couple. They're toxic, but they love each other for the most part.
Is
Now,
that average?
they have frequent arguments on social media, so it's nothing new for people around them that they would hop on social media.
Is it average to set niggas up? Because that don't sound average to me. I don't know too many people doing that.
Day to argue and expose each other. However, what took place earlier that day surprised a lot of people and raised a lot of red flags. Duchess would take to her Facebook timeline to admit that she's in fear for her life. She would say, I really don't know what to do, but I need help before I lose my life or freedom. My kids need me. And she would also write, somebody tell me how this boy getting all my texts and calls. Somehow this dude was able to reroute whatever calls and texts that she was getting to go to his phone.
Mm.
And from getting those calls and texts,
I didn't know you. Well, I've never tried to do it with a cell phone, but I know you can do that with like house phones and stuff. Like, I know when I was younger, my parents used to reroute like calls during the day to their cell phone because no one would be at home.
text and seen all of her business, he apparently seen enough to where he believed that she was now cheating on him and he wanted to expose her. Whether you want to call it mental health or immaturity or no accountability, the Frenchman would take to Facebook Live and he would first start off by blaming her for all of his misfortunes, everyone. And he would claim that he spoke to some type of voodoo lady or some type of future seer who told him that this chick
Mm.
has a hex on him. Now, he would
As
also
in the black
say
magic.
that he knows she has a hex on him. She knows she's been working with some type of spiritual person to prey on his downfall and keep him broke because he can't save money. Because when he used to have money, he used to be really great at money management. Now he's with her and the money is just vanishing. He don't know how he's spending it. He's just spending it recklessly. Now, one would surmise that if you have money spending issues, that's probably something that's internal. If you have gambling issues, that's probably something that's internal. But he would put all
Yeah.
the blame on her and says she's the reason he has gambling issues. She's the reason he can't save money no more. She's the reason that he's broke.
Here it is. Now I can't figure out, like, damn, why the I can't catch grip. So I went and got a reading. Boom. Told me a mother and my wife, somebody in my wife's family got roots on me. They're praying on my brain. They praying on my downfall. They don't want to see me with
People can have bad luck. Like, I fully believe like people can pray on your downfall and that might cause you some bad luck or some misfortune. Just a little bit. But you have free will, bro. You're making these decisions. If you're not good with money, that's your fault. You made bad decisions. If you have a gambling problem, it's your fault.
They playing with my finances and my money, goddamn blessings. So I asked her this. Oh, it gotta be Miss Jennifer. It's gotta be my godmama. It's gotta be all this. You know what I'm saying? So she keep throwing out there, for her to keep always trying to throw it out there. Oh, he broke. He broke. He broke. He broke. Praying on it too. Talking about you in with it.
What is it?
You praying on it too.
You play with witchcraft too.
Hey, what's your point?
What is this though?
What's your point? After all that, after all that,
Witchcraft?
after all that, after all that,
yeah,
I went and got down. I went in there trying to get it. I went and called and paid the girl to get a reversal. I tried to get a reversal. So when I got them went to get the damn reversal, you know what I'm saying? She got them be getting mad. Don't want me to do. Oh, you ain't gonna do this and do that. What the fuck am I supposed to do? You cry and complain about me being broke, but you don't want me to goddamn get right. I ain't never been no broke nigga. I always got money. When I met you, bitch, I had money. You see what I'm saying? As soon as this hoe came in my life, everything went down here. Everything. So here it is. The folks told me every time I get some money, I lose it. I lose it. I ain't even got a gambling. Everybody know I gamble. I ain't even got a gambling. So boom, when they went into hey, okay.
If he's not gambling it, how is he losing the money? Like it's just magically disappearing, or he getting cash and he physically losing the money?
Okay. See, a bitch like that.
Yeah.
You see how a bitch like that?
Yeah. Tell
You
it
can't
all.
trust
You tell it all. Tell it all. You damn sure. You slime me that you better not trust me. Hey, you talking about?
Again, so when it boiled down to it, that's what's going on. You feel me? That's just what's going on. So she all in the background, oh, the triple cross, bitch. And the bitch tell me in prison, oh, I don't want no nigga who already got their own. I want a nigga to start from the bottom with me. No, what this bitch want, she want me to stay down. She want to keep goddamn putting roots on me and goddamn call her folks. Every time I get mad, every time she get mad, or every time I leave, This bitch they'll call a goddamn godmother. She don't call the lady unless I leave.
I'm African, so voodoo and hexes are definitely a big deal in my culture. I've never really been a big voodoo or hex person. I've never seen any type of tangible proof that they actually work, but some people will swear by them and swear that they work. So I can't really tell anyone how they feel about voodoo. All right, but he's down south. So this is a big thing where they're from. And he even paid somebody to reverse the hex. As far as I'm concerned, bruh, those spiritual people down south, it sounds like an awful lot of scamming, bro. Hey, bro, you got roots on you. Pay me and I can
Some of them
reverse
is
the roots.
scamming.
Excuse me? It sounds like an awful lot of no
There you go, losing money again too. Because instead of investing that money, he's using that money to pay for someone to reverse roots on him.
accountability. Even how this situation started, he takes no accountability for it. He was mad that his girlfriend was cheating on him by texting or talking to another guy. However, the only reason, according to her, that she was texting that guy is because he was texting a lady. And that lady had a baby father as well. So she texted the baby father to get back at the lady who's messing with her man and to also get back at her man. It's an awful lot of ghetto, man. His not taking accountability even stretched to the abuse. Now, maybe this is a down south thing. I don't know, because I know some dudes down south and they don't behave like this. But when this dude hopped
That
on
is not
live
a down south
initially,
thing.
he would even confess and say, yo, I'm seconds away from whooping her butt. And when people were like, no, don't say that, he said, man, she needs to get her butt whooped. A chick like this, nah, she needs a whooping. So this dude was open about how he would put his hands on
Abusive.
her, and then he acts confused after whooping her and cheating on her that she then cheated back.
So look, boom. So she went to goddamn
Ain't a nigga ugly.
cheating. Long story short, after all that other live, I was out the house, went staying for a couple months, came back, you know what I'm saying, really went staying, having to sleep at my goddamn partner shit. I'm busted, I'm broke. I ain't having no job, no nothing. Before that, I caught her texting Squeeze, because she seen me and Squeeze goddamn baby mama talking or whatever. At that time, me and that girl wasn't even on no shit like that. So, here we go.
Let me tell my
I got them coming. Hey.
You went on now trying to tell.
Hey, look here, man. Get out my line now. I'm telling you, leave it alone now. Get out my line. Go make your own line. Go make your own line. You done got on your. Listen, you done got on.
Oh,
He
was
was
okay.
we had someone on. Me and Squeeze
Man,
you
listen.
was trying to slide him, but I
Hey.
told on you. That's what happened.
Again, stay out my line.
You lied.
Sit back and just listen
You
to the story.
lied.
wait. Now they all talking at once, so it's a little hard to understand. But did she say he was trying to set the dude up that she was talking to? Cause she said, "Oh my god."
So,
Which they took turns to speak.
here it is.
And he lied. Telling a damn lie.
She get mad. Oh, I don't give a fuck. Get mad. She go in the other room, sleeping room. So early that morning, I go in and I snatch the phone from her. Go through I see the Snapchat. They talking on Snapchat. It's him. So I go through the messages here telling him, oh, I'm going to call you back. I'm on the phone with his mama and all this shit here.
Yeah,
like, now remind you, this is a nigga that used to damn run with me.
He used to run
long
with
story
you tried
short.
to bitch first.
Long
You
story.
tried, now you're first.
Long story. What the fuck give you the right to go fucking?
I ain't you
Okay, so what did you give you the right to go talk to him?
No, I didn't.
Okay,
You
so
slide. You slide.
So it's your job to
And I
correct.
told.
It's your correction. You told
You
it.
slide him and I told him. I said, what?
Okay. Again, so she telling him.
Wait, never text me.
She telling him,
You
oh.
keep telling everybody trying to vouch like, oh, he did so to you, and you did it to him.
I'll be back, y'all. You keep running your mouth and beat your ass now.
You did.
Keep running your mouth. I told you sit back in the damn aisle. Again, she don't talk, and I be like, this is why I'm trying to get you. I'm finna get to the whole nitty gritty. She don't want me to tell the story.
Nah, boy, you beat my ass when I was pregnant. I hadn't even talked to nobody. Okay, so stop lying.
This the type of that get beat. Long story short.
They got
It
a
looks
kid.
like they was both doing dirt, but it's just hard for
Y'all seen that bottle on the table? I hope they ain't arguing like that in front of the kids.
me to get over a man saying that he was putting hands on this girl while she was pregnant, and he even admitted she wasn't talking to
Well,
other
she's
men
pregnant
while
right
she
now?
was pregnant, but he was still putting his hands on her for whatever reason, bro. Bro, that's just hard for me to get out of my mind. Now, they was both doing dirt because she would even admit on this live that after they got married, she was faithful. However, he found out that before they got married, she was cheating on him with multiple men. But when they got married, the only incident is the incident with the Squeeze dude, where she only DM Squeeze to get her get back because this dude was talking to Squeeze, baby, like baby mama, right? So he's saying that's not a good enough excuse for you to go ahead and mess with my homie while we're married because you caught me messing with his baby mama. So they both doing dirt, but you do have to look at this guy a little differently when you admit to putting hands on a pregnant woman. Now, he would even expose other things about her, bruh, right? Now, this is where, once he exposed this next part, this is where she decided that she wanted to hop on live too to expose his business. So he would reveal that she tested for herpes, but he don't have herpes. And he would also say that when he checked her derriere, the derriere hole, he's seen some bumps and sores on her derriere. Now, she would claim that he's the only one who liked to go in the back door when they're intimate. So it had to come from him.
So here it is. This goddamn haul ass and leave. She leave today.
Why is she online telling her business like that? Like, I think she was trying to embarrass him, but like, that's embarrassing you too, girl.
Drop my baby off, pay goddamn child care, and goddamn with the Bluffton, South Carolina.
Yeah.
Talking about she went horseback riding. Now you did go horseback riding. So I got them go through the goddamn whatever I got them do. And go through the damn and see. She done been talking to another worked at the Hyundai plant. She one of them Hyundai hoes too, y'all. She worked at the Hyundai plant, had a whole full blown relationship with out there. And she called the other day. I ain't losing shit, cause I mean the same game she running on me, she did the same for her other baby daddy. That's when the shit happened with the corn shit. So I get out of jail. When I get out of jail, I see them on the camera. So I asked her, I was like, damn, so who this is? So she's talking about, oh, it's one of my homeboys from Augusta. He just got out the Fed, this, that, the third. All of a sudden, you got a homeboy. As soon as I got there, go to the county, and it's your homeboy. So then, I asked her, I say, damn, she leave that day. She leave that day with a spend the night bag. I see all this on the mother. She leave with a spend the night bag. The come back with some clothes on, talking about this her homegirl clothes.
It was not nigga clothes. It was not nigga clothes. You're lying.
You feel me?
It was some big shorts, and they wasn't even. They was
So I got there until I said, man, to this day I said, man, I know it wasn't no. She go to the doctor. She get on the table. She, oh, I'm finna get tested. Oh, I'm finna get tested because you all these hoes, you doing this, you doing that.
Which girl?
So she still got there. The doctor said, okay, well we'll test you. We're gonna do that.
Which girl?
And walk around. We come back. So the doctor tell her when she get her results, the damn folks tell her she got herpes. So I'm thinking in my head.
Oh, he told.
I'm thinking in my head that you gotta have an outbreak. You know what I'm saying? You know the society got that. You have this shit and all that shit. Right. So, boom. She ain't had no outbreak, no none of that, all that shit. They had to run blood. So I'm thinking that this goddamn, they playing a mistake or whatever. Cool. So
She said he thought it was a mistake.
what it was? I think it was last month. So I'm in there watching the game or something, whatever I'm doing in the room. She come in there, babe, my ass raw. What's wrong with my ass? Can you look and see? So I look down there at the ass, at a anal hole now. Now I ain't the smartest, but my knowledge of that is like, okay, if you get the come at whatever contact or whatever the fluid
And you
is.
the only horny ass
Okay.
dog want to somebody in the ass. So make that make sense.
I look down at her ass. This motherfucker got them clusters and shit down there by her ass. Bump.
Maybe I'm a little too strict, bruh. I see one instance where I peep you may have cheated on me on a Ring camera or listen, bro. If I see you, if a man pull up on you on the Ring camera to the crib, you leave with that man with a overnight bag and
That is wild, especially if y'all live together. Like he has access to the cameras. You know the camera's there, and then you're just gonna pull. She don't care. That's the logic. She does not care. If you have a ring camera, you know that ring camera's there. You know he got access to that ring camera, but you still brought dude home. Nah.
And then come back in some big shorts. Now she's about 6 foot. Like she's a big woman. I mean, you can see her. She's huge. So you come with shorts that's big enough to where it's baggy on you? Come on, bro. That ain't no woman shorts, bro. What type of woman?
Well, that's not true. I mean, she tall and she thick, but like her friend could just be wide. Like, I don't know. I don't know what the shorts really indicate. Like, unless he saw a dude on the camera, that's different.
You
Yeah.
hang around, bro. That got shorts that are baggy on a woman who's 6 feet plus and about at least 230. So if that was me, if I seen that, that's where my relationship with her would have ended. But you stayed. And you exposing that. And then after you list off multiple instances where you believe she cheated on you with multiple men, and then you act surprised that she was diagnosed with herpes. I mean, sir, like, well, and he still stayed after the diagnosis. So he must have thought that he was the one who provided it to her. Clusters and bump around the oh, come on, man. So she hopped on live now to explain the situation. And apparently he was afraid of her releasing his skeletons or saying things that are going to make him look crazy. So then he killed her. Like he told her, hey, hop off live if you're not ready to die about it. She said, okay, I'll hop off live. But the fan comment got her to talk for a couple more seconds and then he smoked her. So she won't expose his dirty laundry.
I can tell him right now, better get back, like what he said about the bump on the ass. If it was herpes, why did you come lick on me and suck on me? I'm talking about I was trying to eat my pussy. I'm like, why would you do that? He said, I don't know. Yeah, sit. You ain't gonna sit here and tell me that, yeah, this man is crazy. Really, the bottom of the story.
My dog is barking. He hears another dog. Vamos, it's okay. I wonder if you guys can hear him though. I assume you can.
This how it started. Mark is a very jealous person. Like, very jealous. And I wish, I'm sorry for running y'all bitches off. I swear to God, y'all got me run y'all off no more. Y'all know if I ain't did that shit in a minute. I don't run y'all off no more since I went live because I want one of y'all to come get his ass. He need a place to stay. Y'all need to come get him. Yes, I am gonna name drop Jay. I do the name dropping. He the only one. What's the other girl name? What's the, huh?
She was the one on that talking shit. I slapped that hoe.
Oh, I ain't know. My bad. Fuck you too, Jade. Friend, you don't like, I don't like him. What I finna say? She the only one. Who else it was? Rashida. Who else it was? Joya. The one that go with Bert. Rashida Bird. What's the other girl name?
So you over here.
You start the lie.
You was talking to goddamn Bert too.
No, I wasn't. I messaged him. Bert, please get on this live. I never talked to his ugly ass.
And he was asking you, Dad, what you doing up this late?
And I told him on the way to the motherfucking paper. I was on the way to work. I ain't never talked to Bert because he ain't my type of nigga, like you said. If anything, I want to finesse his ass out some money. When I talk to y'all niggas, I text y'all. First of all,
I really don't like when people put out their business online like this, but I am like sort of happy at least like they were online with it. Because even if they got to arguing, he probably still would have eventually killed her. Like at least now there's proof and people know it was him instead of like him just doing it and like going MIA.
he said talk, he said text, not talk about lay up, meet with none of that. But she didn't give me no money, fuck on. Baby, I don't talk to nigga that ain't got no goddamn money, no goddamn motion. No. You ain't gotta have it, bitch, you gotta send it. And baby, we still ain't finna link it. We definitely ain't finna fuck. Why are you lying on me? Why are you lying on me? I never a nigga. Ain't a nigga.
All right, give my phone.
Then,
I'll give you a shot.
now, let me finish. I'm on live. You had them 2 hours.
You finna go on your live.
Now you don't want the phone back.
No, I gave you a shot.
Oh, I ain't get to tell you. I ain't get to tell about Udi. Then
I swear you'll die.
I gotta die like that. You shit.
Damn, bitch.
Give me my
I
phone.
gotta die if I tell what happened.
Give me my phone.
That's crazy, y'all. I ain't really gonna die behind this, so y'all won't know that tea right now.
Give me my phone.
Mark done got quiet. Where he at? He right here. He getting mad. He don't like the truth coming out.
He killed her. I don't know what secret he was trying to prevent, but he killed her. And before the police could get there, he took himself out too. This is just unfortunate all around, man. Bro, I can't stress enough, yo. If you're in a toxic situation, man, leave, bro. Leave, bro. Leave, man. He got out of jail and he spoke about how he messed up because apparently he put up the money, but she was the only one who could get qualified for their trailer home. But it was still his money, but he wasn't
They look
on
like
the
no
trailer
trailer.
home. But however, he was on the land, but not the home. So she could have kicked him out whenever she wanted to. And now in this situation, she kicked him out. He don't got nowhere to go. But he believed that he's the one who bought the house. Let me know in the comment section, man. What do you guys think about this, man? I seen a heartbreaking video of his brother just breaking down and crying, man, which I'm not going to show in this video. But let me know in the comment section. What do you
Why the brother crying? I mean, yeah, you lost your brother, but like, he's the one who did it. He's the one who caused all of this. Crazy. That was a good video, though. Well, sad, but I guess good.
What would appear to be
Stop. I already watched this. Why won't... Oh, okay. I was like, come on now. I think I want to watch this horror short film. Horror. Who's... Actually, I haven't watched this
Lil
one.
Wayne is
Okay, this is by Maddie Balls, and it's called Why Hip Hop Switched Up on Lil Wayne. I have not been a Lil Wayne fan since I was like a child, but I'm pretty sure people switched up because they don't like his music anymore. It's just that simple. There's no other explanation.
undeniably one of the greatest rappers of all time, one who has influenced an entire generation. But these past couple of years, Wayne...
And if you think about it, after a while, I feel like people really only liked Wayne when he was featured on the song. They didn't like just like a song full of him. Because you can't really listen to his voice for too long on a song. It gets annoying. But like that quick little verse that he spit, yeah.
has done a few things that have caused a lot of hip-hop fans to begin to turn on him, with many accusing him of being washed, especially after the release of his latest album, The Carter 6. So today I want to look into why everybody is switching up on our boy Lil Wayne. Also, really quick, I want to say Spotify lets you put your videos on their platform now. Like, you can watch the video or just listen to the audio. So if that's something you guys are interested in, if you just want to like listen rather than watch or whatever, the links are all in the description. I think it's a cool feature. So I'm uploading all my old videos on there along with my new ones. So yeah, feel free to do that. Anyways, let's continue. So recently Lil Wayne released his album The Carter 6, and let's just say it wasn't very well received. If you aren't familiar with Lil Wayne, he has an album series called The Carter, and pretty much every album in this series has banged. Whether or not you think they were good, they have historically sold insanely well. The Carter 1 in 2004 sold 878,000 units. The Carter 2 in 2005 sold 1.4 million units. The Carter 3 in 2008 sold a whopping 3.8 million units, and the Carter 4 in 2011 sold 2.3 million. I'm not going to mention the Carter 5 because it didn't sell nearly as many, in part because it was more recent. Regardless though, it still had some bangers. So clearly this series has a very impressive legacy, with Wayne putting out amazing tracks on every single
Another thing, maybe he just shouldn't have called this album the Carter Six. Like maybe expectations wouldn't be as high, but also people still wouldn't have liked the music.
Album, and fans were extremely excited for the sixth iteration of this series. And I think it's safe to say that this was a big letdown. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I don't think the whole album was all that bad, but it definitely wasn't great, and a lot of people absolutely hated it. Fans immediately tore it apart on Twitter with people posting memes like this. And it wasn't just Twitter that had this opinion, but other music critics as well.
And look,
Damn.
I'm not going to beat around the bush with this review. This album was pretty bad. Not just bad, but shamefully bad at points. Bad form, bad ideas, bad taste, bad execution. The album doesn't even have the decency to be bad in one single way.
In this series, this installment is weak. You're getting lackluster performances. You're getting weak production. I don't even want to call it weak. I want to call it bad production. You're getting an underwhelming feature list where you could have gotten some legends on here, or even some guys that would have been able to put some energy or something back into this track list, for example. Like,
by the way, if you know,
That's
you know, Fantano said the Elephant song was his favorite one, which is insane. But don't worry, guys, I'll play it in a second. Regardless, though, Twitter was in a huge uproar after this album came out. One person said, "You know the album ass when nobody arguing on the timeline, LMAO. This shit hurt, man." Another said, "I haven't seen the TL be this unified calling an album trash in a good while." There were so many memes all over Twitter, and I'm gonna be honest, they were pretty
Yo, that's facts. I feel like normally it's always at least a couple people like caping for somebody. I didn't see anybody. Everybody was just like, yeah. But they didn't want to say too much because like Wayne is Wayne, but like shit.
funny, and this was definitely my favorite one of the bunch. I think that it got so bad that the Carter 4 re-entered the Billboard 200 with fans saying every real Wayne fan ran to their favorite Carter after having their heart broken by Carter 6. It's honestly hard to describe in words how bad some of these songs were.
We just throwing shit at the wall at this point. When we get to the end, it's just like, I don't even know what the fuck about to happen.
What up, though? All my niggas cutthroat, cut a nigga.
Oh my god, bro. This not real. I'm being so serious, bro. This is not real. What the fuck is this beat, dog? What is this beat,
That's
dog?
funny.
I'm not gonna lie. We're trolling. You're dead trolling, bro. You're not serious at all. You don't give a fuck. Do you hear this?
Maybe it's the drugs.
You're dead. You're serious right now, dog.
Granted, this was probably the worst song on this album, but man, there were definitely some rough ones. He even had a line where he said, "And I don't smoke bunk, I only smoke that strong. Eyes tight like my name Wong Ding Ding Dong." To be entirely fair to Wayne, though, this project is expected to sell 110 units first week with a #2 debut on the Billboard 200. However, compared to a lot of his previous projects, this isn't that great. But why is this such a big deal? Especially for an artist who's been in the game for decades, he's already established himself as a legend. Who cares if he puts out one bad album? Huge artists drop disappointing music all the time and they're able to bounce back. I mean, Wayne himself
He
has even
was
done it.
just talking shit how he should have been chosen for the Super Bowl. And you put out this. And I think he announced his album like right after Kendrick announced he was going to be on the Super Bowl. Or he announced his Super Bowl day. Something around the Super Bowl is when he announced it.
Before
Like
his
it was gonna be
rebirth.
his
Well, to
comeback.
understand why people are so upset and disappointed in Lil Wayne, we have to rewind back to the Super Bowl. The September before the 2025 Super Bowl, Kendrick Lamar was announced as the headliner for the halftime show, and Lil Wayne was pretty upset. First, he posted on his Instagram story, confused, disappointed, angry, but most of all, inspired. We'll never again be in a position or have the GOAT in a position where we are at the mercy of someone else's decision. We will make the decisions. And then he posted this video as well expressing his problems.
That hurt. Hurt a lot. You know what I'm talking about? It hurt a whole lot. I blame myself for not being mentally prepared for a letdown. And for just automatically mentally putting myself in that position like somebody told me that was my position. It made me feel like not getting this opportunity. And when I felt like you guys reminded me that I ain't without y'all. And that's an amazing reality.
The main reason that Wayne felt this way is because the Super Bowl was hosted in his hometown of New Orleans. Also, Jay-Z's been in charge of the Super Bowl for the last few years, so Wayne really thought that he had an in, and has expressed interest in doing it before on multiple occasions.
Let's think about this for a second. Lil Wayne, headline Super Bowl in New Orleans. How badly do you want to hear those words?
Just as bad as I wanted to see my name at the top of that list when I was that whatever age it was, and I would bust into the office and get that Billboard magazine. Yeah.
Bad.
Yeah.
He has also said that he would kill to play the Super Bowl and things along those lines in multiple interviews. So when he was denied, Wayne and a bunch of others were pretty upset on his behalf. Nicki Minaj and others called out the Super Bowl and Jay-Z for not letting Wayne perform, saying things like denying a young black man what he rightfully put into this game for no reason other than your ego. Your hatred for Birdman, Drake, and Nicki got you punishing Lil Wayne. But not everybody thought that Wayne deserved the spot. I mean, it was given to Kendrick Lamar after all, who just had the craziest year arguably of his career with winning the beef with Drake and putting out tracks like Not Like Us.
That's why I don't understand, because like, yeah, Wayne has classics. But what Wayne performance is iconic? Like, what Wayne performance were you watching and like, yeah, like, I need to see that again? I feel like most of the time he like openly admits he doesn't know the words to a lot of his songs anymore. And like he said in that little interview, some of it's his fault. That's what he was alluding to, not mentally prepared because of the drugs.
Fans began debating online whether or not Lil Wayne even deserved the spot, with multiple people saying he wasn't a great performer. One fan on Reddit said, anyone who has seen Wayne live knows he puts on mediocre, low-effort shows, and that's if he even shows up. Many were reposting some rough moments from his concerts on Twitter as well. There was even one that was pretty funny, I'll admit, and even Tyler, the creator, liked it as well.
How is he gonna do that on the Super Bowl stage? Like, oh my God, it don't even make sense. And then also, like, his lyrics are very vulgar. I'm not saying like other people's lyrics aren't, but you can't say certain things. They have to bleep out a ton of
This
his
incident
music.
caused so many people to clown on Lil Wayne in the rap community, and even Orlando Brown started clowning on him.
I think that Jay-Z made the best decision ever.
I know about this shit, but I don't want to do. I don't mind to do it, but I do.
Which is crazy when you got Orlando Brown acting like you're the tweaker. This started an entire conversation around Wayne's performance abilities and why he may have not been picked. For example, there was a concert in 2023 where after playing music for 30 minutes, he hopped off stage so some artists from his label could come out and perform, which doesn't seem that bad, right? Well, after the crowd wasn't really feeling it,
I remember
they
this.
came to see Lil Wayne. Wayne came back out, did a little rant, and then just canceled the show.
We appreciate it, but we ain't about to be bending over backwards for these folks. We work too hard for this shit. We work way too hard. This my motherfucking artist, Alan. That was Twist, that was John. We on Young Money. We appreciate y'all time.
Fans were very upset, and this was brought back up again during the Super Bowl conversation, cited by some as another reason why Wayne should not have been allowed to perform. And this isn't the only time Wayne has walked off stage.
And that's stupid because if people don't know the music, they just don't know the music. People cannot pretend to know the song. Like, who even was the name of that artist that was on the stage? Like, if anything, he should have been out there hyping up his artist while he was performing. Because people were like, oh, like, Wayne likes it. Nah, he walked off the stage, let his artist perform. And they just sitting there looking.
itch, like this time when he was playing at High Times, and he said he never wants to be booked for it again and then left. Also, I forgot what it was, but I'm pretty sure it happened like a couple other times too. So people really use this as a big argument as to why the Super Bowl might not want to entrust this extremely important performance to Lil Wayne. Regardless of what your thoughts on the situation were, Wayne continued to complain about it, which I think really rubbed fans the wrong way. Like when he gave this speech at Wheezy Fest a couple months later.
That moment I said to myself, I want to be on stage for the Super Bowl one day in front of my mom. And I worked my ass off to get that fucking position, and it was ripped away from me. But
He never had it. It can't be ripped away when no one ever offered it to you. I guarantee he never had a conversation with the people in charge to actually perform at the Super Bowl. He just wanted to do it. Like, you can't take something away that was never yours.
this motherfucking moment right here. They can't take that, man. They can't take that from me.
People responded saying things like, "You never had it, bro, ever. So how the f was it ripped away from you?" On top of that, fans were also upset with Wayne because Kendrick has been a big Wayne fan for years, very openly throughout his entire career.
Wayne ain't no new jack to the game, like I said, you know. He influenced a lot of styles and a lot of sounds, and I could say I was influenced by a certain sound and a flow and the cadence, you know, that he brought to the game, which was very unique. Me being a young boy in the game and listening to him, like, yo, okay, I need to learn this and that, you know, and that definitely was a perspective from that tape.
So when Wayne acts this way and keeps complaining and acting like he's entitled to it, a lot of people were upset and felt like he should have been proud of Kendrick, especially since Kendrick is openly inspired by Wayne. Not too long after this, on Kendrick's track Whacked Out Murals, which was released around this time, he said, "Used to bump the Carter 3, I held my Rolly chain proud. Irony, I think my hard work let Lil Wayne down." Later on that track, he said something that almost seemed like a diss when he said, "Won the Super Bowl and Nas the only one congratulate me. All these people agitated. I'm just glad they showing their faces. Quite frankly, plenty artists, but they outdated. Old ass flows trying to convince me that you they favorite." So clearly Kendrick was not happy about Lil Wayne's reaction. Wayne actually seemingly responded to this on Twitter by saying, "Man, what the fuck I do? I just be chilling and they still come for my head. Let's not take kindness for weakness. Let this giant sleep. I beg you all. No one really wants destruction, not even me, but I shall destroy if disturbed. On me." Somehow this didn't ever end up leading to any public problems between the two, which honestly is a little bit disappointing. I mean, I think a rap battle between those guys would have been sick. But regardless, Wayne said on the Skip Bayless,
Would it have been? Especially considering the album he just dropped. And is Lil Wayne like a battle rapper? Like, am I confused? Because I didn't think he was.
Bayless show just a few weeks later that he had no problems with Kendrick.
And you know, when we speaking, obviously he can't control that. And, you know, so he didn't let me know. It ain't like he can control it or nothing. And also I've spoken to him and I wished him all the best and told him he better kill it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So you better kill it. You gotta kill it.
Okay. Well, did he say anything to enlighten you about these lyrics about you? I think my hard work let Lil Wayne down. I don't know exactly what that means. If he's sort of...
No, he ain't. I don't think he knew he didn't have to do anything. There was no explanation that was needed for that. I think I understand. Again, that was my first time hearing it when you just said it.
Okay.
But I understand those words. Like I said, I think he just mean that he made it there and his hard work is the reason why he made it there.
It was a little strange that he said he never heard those lyrics. However, in all fairness to Wayne, he seems to forget everything and doesn't really seem to be in the loop at all. But despite that, people were happy that they had squashed the beef and that Lil Wayne wasn't dragging it anymore. At least until he did keep dragging the situation. First, he did a Super Bowl ad with Cetaphil, the skincare company, which poked some lighthearted fun at the situation while teasing his upcoming album.
Hey, we still going?
Nah, this is time sensitive. Let's get it.
Then a few months later, he did an interview with Rolling Stone and said he would never consider playing the Super Bowl again after he said, they stole that feeling. And he sounded a little bitter in this interview because he said he didn't watch Kendrick's performance. He said when it came on, he went to play pool, and that every time I looked, it was nothing that made me want to go inside and see what was going on. Which to me reads like he was really upset about the situation to that day. Like, how are you gonna act like, oh, me and Kendrick are cool, go crush it, bro, and then say it didn't really look like anything I was interested in, I didn't even watch it? Like, that just seems disrespectful. And this is the attitude that upset a lot of hip-hop fans. Of course, many people still sided with Wayne, but it definitely hurt his image. Wayne continued to say in this Rolling Stone interview that the NFL fucked up, and that since he is working on the Carter 6, they could have had some music, but instead they got rapping, which again comes off to me as like disrespectful to Kendrick. And it's especially ironic now as the Carter 6 is out and many people wouldn't quite call that music. He also said a few other things in this interview too, like that the NFL apparently was telling him beforehand to be more public facing before the show as if he would get the spot, and that someone from the NFL apologized to him after Kendrick was selected. So I can totally understand why he would be upset, but the seeming disrespect towards Kendrick is what really are rubbing fans the wrong way, along with him dragging it for so long. It seems as if the Super Bowl situation, on top of all of the discussion from the fans, affected Lil Wayne so much that it ended up bleeding through to his music and almost possibly hurt the quality of it in this latest project.
You're Lil Wayne. You're fucking Lil Wayne, bro. You don't have to be on a track like, yo, I'm the greatest of all time, and I can be myself. I don't need to be anybody. Like, you don't need a song on here talking about I'm gonna be myself, and I'm happy to be myself, and I don't need to be anybody else because I can be me. Like, you're Lil Wayne. You don't need to be up and down this album talking about like I'm the greatest of all time, nigga. We know. Just rap. Like, you were doing those first like few songs, and then it was like, it's like the internet must have got to you or some shit, and everything was just about trying to convince niggas that you're the best instead of showing why you are the best, why people call you the best by just rapping. Oh my God, this is more like pleading his fucking case, dude.
Rather than actually doing what everyone knows Wayne can do, which is rap and put out bangers, it seems like after all the barking over the Super Bowl and saying he was going to put out some real music, he never actually came with any bite.
He had this chip on his shoulder after missing out on the halftime performance for the Super Bowl, and this had a whole domino effect where people started criticizing his abilities on social media. People started comparing him to Kendrick and saying that he would get smoked in a battle, and there was a lot of like this sort of negative press around Wayne going into this album, and this felt like an opportunity for him to silence all of those haters.
And that's what I thought he would do.
I thought that that's what he would do, is remind people that he truly is still one of the greatest, but he squandered that opportunity, and this is a flop of an album.
The Super Bowl situation, how entitled Lil Wayne came off, how much he talked up his own album and was low-key dissing Kendrick just to put out a terrible album, all of these things have really left a poor taste in fans' mouths. But despite all of this, Lil Wayne's legacy still stands strong. I mean, after his insane run, there's nothing that I don't think can really take down his career. Before all the drama like we have today, Lil Wayne has been a fan favorite. After all the success he had in the 2000s with his commercial albums doing well and his insane mixtape run, people loved Lil Wayne. And of course, like I mentioned, he was putting out the Carter albums too, which people loved, and they did insane.
People are still going to listen to Lil Wayne. Like, this is not going to deter people from listening to his music. Like, they literally said the Carter 4 started trending again after this most recent drop.
Insane numbers. I've mentioned this before on this channel, but Wayne was putting out so many songs that 50 Cent called him a whore. He was also doing a ton of features around this time, one of my personal favorites being the track Duffel Bag Boy by Playa Circle, who, if you didn't know, was a duo that 2 Chainz was in. Very good song, you guys should check that out. Might be my favorite of all time by Wayne, I don't know. It could be, it's up there. I'm not gonna go over all the accolades and all the songs, but just know that Wayne has dominated the rap game for decades. And not only that, but his influence on hip-hop is immense. From popularizing the Lil name and a more creative, fun style of rapping and different sorts of flows, many
there were a lot of littles before Lil Wayne. Can't really say he
artists
popularized
nowadays
him.
are openly inspired and influenced by him.
Like, it's look at me, bro. Just look at me and what you see. I learned Lil Wayne. I wanted to be Lil Wayne. I would talk when I was younger. Girls would say I look like Lil Wayne, so I would run with that. And I would wear the fedoras, and I would wear the tight polo tees with the skinnies, and wear the Vans and shit.
I think when I first started out, I just wanted to be just as important as Lil Wayne, because I felt like nobody was ever going to be as big as Lil Wayne. like during like Lollipop times, and obviously like Carter 3 times.
Never got a chance to tell you, but yo, Mona Lisa,
Yeah.
your 2 verses on that shit gotta be like, it's gotta be like one of the like top 5 verses of all time.
Man, thank you, man. Thank you, man.
And don't get me wrong, there are still a lot of people that think Wayne is in the right and that he should have performed at the Super Bowl, but I just think that this sequence of events in the past couple of years has not really been the best look for him. So it is possible that 2025 is just another bump in the road for Wayne, and he'll come back with more heat. But it's also possible that as he gets older, he's losing his touch. I think the Carter 5 was the last album that he really had people hype for. And rightfully so, I really enjoyed a few tracks off that album.
A lot of people
And it was
didn't like
also
that
on that album, on the track Dedicate, where he flexed the fact that he really did start a lot of trends in music nowadays. But that was back in 2018. And it's been so long since Wayne really put out anything that crazy except for maybe a good guest verse or something. So it's possible that all the controversy this year was what will do his legacy in.
Regardless of what people want to say about how bloated they feel Future's discog might be, at the end of the day, he's gonna come through with a hit or something. Or at least it's been, you know what I'm saying, to that point. You know what I'm saying? It might not be every album, it might not be every day, but he's gonna be a part of a moment. But Wayne, bro. And I think a big portion of this that a lot of people overlook is the time period that we were last excited for Lil Wayne. What was the last time y'all was excited for Lil Wayne music? I already have my answer. I was gonna say Carter 5.
But like Dante said in the clip I played earlier, maybe it's best that Lil Wayne focuses less on what others are saying and either continues putting out great music like he's totally capable of, or just chills and focuses on other things that are important to him, rather than being consumed by the music industry and its followers. If you like this video, you might like my video about Kendrick Lamar's album GNX and what was going on back at that time. It also includes everything I talked about with the Lil Wayne situation and more, and Kendrick with the industry. Also remember, videos are on Spotify if you guys want to check them out on there. But other than that, it's been your boy Matty Balls. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like or even consider subscribing down below. And yeah, I will see you guys next time.
That was a good video. Hey, my day's been decent. I haven't done too much. It's very, very humid outside though. So dog jumped off the bed. I mean, off the couch. It was very odd. But how are you? Such a weird little dog. Doing all right. Thanks. Just had a nap. Yeah, it's quite humid here too. Quite humid. That's funny. No. But I need to figure out something to do this weekend. It's probably gonna rain though, so I don't know if I can do much. But I'm trying to be outside. It's supposed to be not supposed to be. Juneteenth is on Thursday, so I assume there's gonna be like Juneteenth type events going on this weekend. I also wish I was off work. But people would be fake, or at least jobs be like fake work. Because I guaranteed my job had off for Juneteenth in 2020. And now 5 years later, they done took it back. No community barbecues over there. Not that I know of. There probably are some. I just need to actually look it up. Community barbecues. I know my actual apartment is having like a barbecue the week after, like the 28th. But I'm not gonna be here. I'm gonna be in Charlotte for my friend's bridal shower. So I'm gonna be busy. Speaking of that, I need to order her a gift. JSKS. What do those letters stand for? Those are my other initials. You you have 4 names? That's a long name. I think my dog needs help on the couch again. They're very old, so I was trying to just make sure he be looking around though. He might be able to jump by himself. Let me give him an opportunity. Oh, it wasn't loading my phone for some reason. Oops. Yeah, I don't write them all down, but I know they're there. That's crazy. Oh, okay. Wait, no, that still doesn't make sense. That's long as hell. Is your name like a hyphen? Like your parents like hyphened your last names? Like her first name, well, your mom's maiden name and then like your dad's last name? I always wondered how that works, like if people keep doing that. Because it's gonna be like let's say your name is like Jasmine hyphen Gary Williams. And then like now my kids is like hyphen Gary Williams hyphen uh Ricks. Like it's just gonna keep adding on and on and on. Happy found a toy. Okay. I was watching reaction videos on Akeem Smith normally, but it's supposed to be Akeem Jordan K. Smith. God damn. So you have 5 names. That's crazy. I would never write my full name. Never ever. You said 4. That's 5. I thought Akeem was the K and you just like shortened it. That's not one name. I hate to break it to you. That is not one name. That's 2. If it was one name, there wouldn't be no hyphen in between. But I don't judge. It is on paper. On paper, you connect everything. No. It's like when people's names are like Mary Kate. Those are 2 different names. Mary Kate. Or like there's other like white names like that. I can't think of them right now though. Were there any videos you were trying to watch? I guess not. Um, um, video, video, video game donkeys playthrough of Get Over It. Oh, I don't know what that is, but we can watch it. Oh, I always forget to make my screen small. Doo-doo. Is this first one? Damn, 12 million views. Shit like that is so crazy. I didn't even know the side of the internet was a thing. Okay.
Hey guys, it's me, Video Game Hippopotamus. Today, I'm playing the new game called Getting Over It with Dick Urkel. Now the question is, who is Dick Urkel? Is it the man, or the hammer, or the cauldron?
I don't know.
Get up the tree.
Oh,
And
that's
you know,
why it's called
almost
Get Over It.
immediately, I am noticing that these controls were forged inside of a dumpster out of old chicken bones. Pull up. Fuck.
Get up the tree, you cock smoker. Come on. Get.
There's no feeling more intense than starting over.
That's Dick Urkel.
If you deleted your homework the day before it was due, as I have.
This is gonna be one of those games where the fucking guy talks over it the whole time, isn't it? Get over the tree! Oh, I got something. Yeah. I beat it! I beat the game! I did it, baby! Oh, god damn it, there's still more. Alright. Why? It's so hard to control the hammer. Yeah. Oh! Come on. The controls are kind of like, you know, riding a bike. Once you learn it, you never forget.
Oh, this came out 7 years ago.
Except like in this situation, the bike, somebody popped the tires and pissed all over the floor. And then they ripped the handlebars off and replaced them with fucking spikes. And they bent all the wheels up, the metal in the wheels, they bent them all up in the frame. This is stupid. Wait, is it stupid? Is it? Yeah, it's really stupid.
Yes.
It's a really
yes,
stupid
it's
game.
stupid.
Yeah! God, idiot! The trick is to stay calm while you're playing this. That's the real key. See, I'm swinging on the...
Is this man Italian?
I did it! I made it up the little panel. You fucking thing! I am never gonna win this. Ever. It's just not...
This game is a homage to a free game that came out in 2002.
Is it Dick
Sexy
Urkel?
Hiking.
Yeah?
The author of that game was Jazuo.
See the trick? Ooh, there we go. See the trick. The trick is you have to use the centrifugal force from the bucket to you know. It's just science when you think about it. It's just science. Climb that.
Oh, you just lost a lot of progress. That's a deep frustration, a real punch in the gut.
I hate him so much.
Or in
When I
real
was
life, there's
developing
certain
the
essential
game,
properties that give
I
the
made
game
sure to make the game as shitty as possible.
No amount of forward progress is
That way
guaranteed.
nobody could ever beat it.
cliffs
So I'm
are
a
too
fucking
sheer or
asshole.
too slippery.
My name's Dick Urkel.
And the player is
The
constantly,
player is constantly
unremittingly
angry at the
in danger
controls
of
because
falling
they
and losing
fucking
everything.
suck complete dick. They suck complete dick. Let's just go ahead and let's just run this bad boy through spell check and delete the whole thing and write this instead.
What?
Ooh, God.
Oh, it happened again.
What the fuck is going on?
Keep on trying. Don't let it get to you.
This game is killing me.
This thing that we call failure is not the falling down, but the staying down.
How many
Mary
times have you
Pickford.
watched this video? Because I'm just curious. It came out 7 years ago, but you recommended it. This is the only game that accurately
The
represents
only way
how
this
it feels
game
to
is
climb
good
a
is
mountain.
if you get
Ain't
to
nobody
beat the
said you
fucking
start-
guy to death.
While sitting inside of a cauldron and having a hammer on your only means of locomotion. All these comments are so old. Can you sort the comments? Yeah. 2 days ago. This game is 7 years old. I know you've watched it 2 to 3 times. That's hilarious. I mean, I guess the video isn't that long, but still. You recommend watching this video or like playing the game? Hmm. Dog a little too damn much. Nuance. Playing the game. Okay. Actually, I might download that. It's a PC game, right? I assume. I can download it. I feel like it'd be irritating. I low key like irritating. Well, not. I don't like irritating games, but I think they're entertaining. But I can't sit here and watch this. That's funny though. Mm, how many views? Oh, this man has hell of subscribers. I mean, you might develop some anger management issues, but it will be worth it for the content. Yeah, you're right. Let me add that to my list of things to do. Goodness, how long has this man been doing videos? Since 2010? Goodness, good for him. A lot of random things. Why is there muffins? I do think it's cool when people recommend stuff though. Because I would have never found that video. I do like to like videos I watch. His videos on the Switch 2 stuff were funny. Did I pass that? Oh, like a Nintendo Switch. I was like, what is a Switch? I was thinking Twitch and you just misspelled it. Oh, that makes more sense. 924 videos. That's encouraging, actually. And he doesn't post any shorts. This reminds me, I was I was talking about it earlier, but what is it called? Zion National Park. I think I'm going to go here this year. I saw a video of this guy like walking. Um, nope, just videos, and then he streams on Twitch a lot. Oh, okay. Well, I am making shorts, but that is my goal as well. I'm trying to stream and then just cut the streams down to YouTube videos, which I feel like makes the most sense. I think it's a lot easier to do that way. But then I feel like shorts, get around faster. Shorts slash, like TikToks, same shit, honestly. But I saw this video of this guy that was like trekking through the water here, and it looks so pretty. And first I couldn't tell if it was actually the States because sometimes they'd be like AI videos. And I'm gonna be honest, those are tricking me nowadays. Like they just keep getting better and better. I don't know if it's real or fake. But I looked it up and this was real. I was like, man, this is in the US? Like, that was crazy. I'm definitely gonna have to go here. Yeah, that's what I saw. The guy was like touring this, just walking through the water. Honestly, kind of scary, but I'm with it. And then there was another part. What was it called? I had sent it. Oh, Silver's Falls. Silver Falls? get big. Oh, but yeah, it's like, what the hell? When did these places become? When did this come to the U.S.? But people were saying like the hikes up to these places are kind of insane, and I'm in shape, but I ain't in the best of shape. So we gonna see. I'm definitely not going in the summer. I'm gonna have to wait till like September time because it's hot outside, especially in like Arizona / Utah. It's like pushing 100 degrees. Ooh, Adam 22 going broke gets much worse. I do like Jamar's videos. What else has he posted recently? I'm gonna watch this one.
So the last time we caught up with Adam 22.
Oh wait, let me introduce the video. Okay. This video is by Jabari and it's Adam 22 going broke. Situation gets much worse.
So the last time we caught up with Adam 22, he was on the verge of losing everything regarding his No Jumper brand, coming forward publicly to announce that he had been burning through money like crazy and was no longer turning a profit from this venture.
So there's something that I've been hiding from you guys. No Jumper is going broke.
Basically, Adam says here that no one cares about the brand anymore, and it became increasingly difficult to monetize No Jumper in general. He also cites a lawsuit from a former employee, as well as a very high commercial loan bill from this multi-million-dollar office that he had purchased back when the money was flowing in nicely a couple of years ago.
It was a big decision to share this stuff with you.
A dumb decision.
You guys, but at a certain point I realized that I've been honest with the world about just about everything in my life over the years, and it felt wrong to keep all this stuff that we've been dealing with in secret. So I know what you're thinking. What can you do to help?
So his plan was for his supporters to buy a subscription to his YouTube channel, and one of these tiers was actually $100 a month, where Adam claims you would be getting a producer credit at the end of each video for signing up, which I guess no one did because 2 months later, not one video I've seen lists a single person in the credits.
You hit the link down in the
Cause
description.
that's crazy. Who's paying $100 a month for YouTube?
And now it seems like things have only gotten worse for Adam. And you know what they say, desperate times call for desperate measures. The guy had already shilled himself out to a crypto shitcoin that he dubbed the Cuck Coin.
They're not going to Adam 22 for their financial advice?
They know about lean.
Of course not.
They know about Yerkes. They know about probably gooning out, beating their meat for hours at a time. I don't think that they are crypto specter.
And now he's going back into his old bag of tricks, and is once again going to be selling off his wife to keep his finances afloat. Obviously, before we had the situation with Jason Love 2 years ago.
Do you think that you f***ed her better than Adam did?
Well, obviously, yes.
And then last year we had the reality show that Adam spent all this money to produce, where he handpicked the man to go deep with his girl.
After everything that we've seen today, we've finally come to a decision. And the person who's gonna f my wife is Lil D.
Nigga, stop playing with me!
And when shock value is all you have left, and you run the same play over and over again, eventually do people really care? Is this really going to break the internet like it did before? I already predicted years ago that these decisions would ruin Adam's reputation online. It was like no matter what he does, he will always be the guy who got cucked for cash. The guy who gave his wife away. You know, in business, there is something called the
Why did he move the guy's hand off her ass? Like, they're already about to go fuck. Why does it matter if she touches?
law of diminishing returns, and I think that Adam is about to take yet another crash course in economics. And so this tweet is actually where I found out about this entire fiasco. I thought I was having a bit of deja vu because this account tweets out Jason Love piping out Adam 22's wife on a yacht. They put a nice little visual image up there, which I will not be showing you guys today. But Adam replies to that and says, so proud of my baby going out and paying the bills while I get my finances together. So it's beyond clear that the No Jumper brand is still down bad. I guess no one's been out here signing up for that weak ass subscription. Either way, his girl replies, oh hey, it's me. To which Adam says, "Hi boo, how you feeling?" after taking that 10-incher. And then the funniest part is that this was all really just for promo. The video obviously wasn't going viral, no one really gave a shit about the situation. And so Adam pretty much had to pull out the cuck act so they could try and sell this tape. And she doesn't even reply to this, to which someone says, "No reply, she's sucking Jason's balls." And then that is just a current view of Adam 22 at this moment, possibly once again playing poker while his wife is getting piped out. This account also tweeted about the situation, to which Adam replied, "We gotta think about the family business, and sometimes the family business requires a large man blowing a load in her mouth." Which is obviously a fucking disgusting way to talk about the mother of your children. Like, I get if you guys don't have respect for yourselves or have respect for each other, but as you guys know, they had brought a kid into the world, and that's always been my main discrepancy with this, because there's a ton of guys out there who like to see their wife get down with other men. Personally, I think that type of thing is disgusting, but to each their own. I think people should have free will in their relationships, but when you bring a child into the picture and you're posting her on Instagram and all these different things, something about it just becomes deeply immoral to me. But hey, I guess what can I expect? I'm pretty sure they were still shooting content while this woman was pregnant.
Hey, and I'm gonna tell you one last thing before I get off this, is that if my next child comes out African American, I'm gonna love him or her and raise them like my own, because that's how woke I am, brother.
It do hit different when your child finna come out black.
Hey, it's a roll of the dice. We don't know how it's gonna go.
And this type of thing is exactly why I'm saying it's so messed up. You know, his wife shares a little picture here on the Snapchat story, okay? We all know what this is alluding to. And then on the very next slide, it looks like they're spending some family time at Disneyland. Like, yes, I suppose I applaud them for doing the bare minimum at this point and at least blocking out the kid's face.
Goodness.
Because in the past, this was something I had a serious problem with, because you'd go on Adam's Instagram story, and it would be like a picture of him holding his wife and another P-star on the other arm. And then the very next slide would be him playing with his kid. Like, it was just some weird shit to do. And obviously other people have pointed this out to Adam. In the reply to this tweet, this guy says, "Your daughter is going to need therapy when she gets older. Everything you guys do is on the internet. You think she won't find out? All because your love for money is stronger than your love for her." And I guess that one hit Adam a little bit too close to home, because he would end up blocking this guy. But obviously him and his wife do not care. She says, "I needed the round 2. And here's another marketing tactic that these OF dots love to do, is basically to go in the comments of already viral tweets and say something like this: "What about me and Jason Love? Our video is out now." It's actually my opinion that they pay these type of accounts to post these tweets that they know are gonna go somewhat viral, like this one got 1 million views. And then I think they throw these accounts like $20 to make these type of comments, so these various degenerates on Twitter will pour in and purchase their content. I saw her doing this over and over again, and the tweet can be completely non-sexual, like this one: "Every Maker's Mark bottle is dipped into melted red wax by a distillery employee."
That explains why Twitter comments are all fucked up nowadays. I get so upset and I go to Twitter and I look at something and I'm like, oh, what else is this about? And then the comments don't have nothing to do with what I'm actually watching.
And she replies, "Jason Love dipped something else into me for our new video. GTA 6 didn't fail to let us down with this. My new video with Jason Love won't let you down." And she's been doing this marketing tactic for weeks on end. Okay, it's obvious the video is likely not selling like they thought it would. I mean, honestly, guys, if you're out there paying for corn, something that is readily available for free all over the internet, I honestly just think you're kind of a fucking idiot. Like, you're a little bit too lost in the sauce. But either way, she just continues with post after post after post. They even attempted to remake the viral meme.
Guess what I'm shooting with today, guys? I guess it's not finally happening, but it's happening again.
Nah, man, Captain Love out here driving the girl on the private yacht, shooting this type of scene from day to night, is just diabolical levels of being down bad. And you might be wondering, well, Jamari, how do you know they were filming for hours on end? I mean, just watch this, the proof is in the pudding.
This is me before Jason Love. And after.
It was dark outside.
I mean, I'm just gonna take a shot in the dark here and estimate that Adam has never put a smile on her face like this. I mean, she's out here smiling ear to ear. She was out here waiting for this moment for the last 2 years, okay? Adam was on the phone like, yo, I thought the scene was done 2 hours ago. I mean, honestly, when your girl comes home from getting piped out like this, like, how do you look her in the eyes and say, oh, did you have a good day at work today? I mean, I think we got the answer. It's written all over her face. And then just once again, Adam leaning into the embarrassment arc.
God damn.
Announcement: I'm the latest brand ambassador for iconic Swedish furniture designer Cuck Chairs. I couldn't be more excited about this partnership for something I'm so deeply passionate about.
I have partnered up with iconic Swedish chair designer QUQ to create the most ergonomically beautiful and supportive chairs for the bedroom.
Like, honestly, how does this type of partnership even come about? Like, does this company think that this guy's fellow cucks are gonna think, oh, that's the chair that Adam loves to sit in, it's good enough for him? Well, I'm gonna be ordering that shit.
These chairs are built with purpose,
Oh, it's like an office
from the
chair.
ground up. As a spectator, you have the perfect view at all times.
Nah, calling yourself a spectator like you're watching a baseball, a football, a basketball game, while you're watching your girl get laid out, okay, she's spread eagle, is some nasty work. What's next? Is he gonna have some popcorn with him? Is he gonna have some sody pop?
And through thoughtful and meticulous design, the chair allows the perfect amount of freedom for your wrists and hands, providing an extreme level of comfort that has not been achieved before.
Whole time, this 50-year-old man looks like he's reading a book report in front of the class.
Our chairs are crafted from authentic Hawaiian koa wood, harmoniously paired with an ultra soft and sensual mohair upholstery that will leave you ready for an encore.
Oh, we know your girl got the encore, man. She was waiting 2 years for that shit.
Some of my personal favorites include the perched owl position, as well as the thinker.
And it's amazing to me that Adam still makes jokes like this, like he really thinks that there is still some people out there, like, laughing with him. When really, in reality, everyone is just pointing at him, laughing at the show.
That's what inspired me to follow through, and I couldn't be more excited to be a part of something I am deeply passionate about. Our chairs are limited and made to order.
And honestly, I almost thought that this was like some sort of late April Fool's joke, but apparently it's not. These things are actually for sale. As you guys can see, the one that Adam was sitting in right there is going to run you $350 Canadian money. I mean, honestly, that shit looks like something you could get from IKEA for 10 bucks. I mean, guys, having the beverage and the tissues and the moisturizing lotion with you while you watch this close to the bed, where you're kind of like in the splash zone, is just fucking insane. And I already can see some people down in the comments saying, oh, you're indirectly promoting this, you're trying to help out Adam. Like, guys, you have free will. If you want to go and spend your hard-earned 869 Canadian dollars on this bullshit, you guys can be my guest to do so. I'm just gonna say it right now. I think you might be lacking some brain cells. It's either that or watching too much corn has totally corrupted your mind. But either way, I want to know what you guys think about this entire situation. You know, I know Adam tries to make this entire thing seem like one big joke, but I do think the money is coming in a lot slower than it was a couple of years back. No Jumper as a brand has obviously fallen off. At one time, I would say that it was like, I don't know, almost like a hip-hop bar stool, but ever since Adam went down this path, obviously he's the face of the entire thing, and pretty much no one respects him at this point. And then when you also add in the fact that his girl is also aging, a lot of the novelty from the nasty things they do seems to have worn off. I mean, how many people are going to continue paying for this like month after month after month before they finally wise up and realize a lot of this shit is likely available for free online? Or maybe those professional gooners just move on to the next younger, newer model. I mean, it's just bound to happen. Like, even if you're Rookie of the Year, you can't go on and play forever. Like, eventually some new person comes along and they take the spotlight. But yeah, y'all let me know what you guys think about this down below. It will never really cease to amaze me that Adam kind of built up this reputation online. He had built up this brand that a lot of people thought was pretty cool. They thought he was doing something different than everyone else, and then he really just tarnished the entire thing to be kind of like a living meme. Like, I think when people see Adam's face, the first word that they would think is cuck. But hey, I guess he's more than proud to give himself that label. Either way, I want to thank you guys.
Good video. I keep on. on this couch. So extra. So fresh. So clean. Clean. All right. Next video. How Jack Harlow lost his entire audience.
Jack Harlow, a very interesting.
Stop. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, this is Get Like Prince, how Jack Harlow lost his entire audience. Good for him.
Jack Harlow, a very interesting rapper. This white man who had a good run. I mean, for a period of time, that man was dropping hits back to back. It was like you couldn't get away from him. But in these last few years, the talk around his name been basically non-existent. And the last time we heard a bit talk around his name, it wasn't for something good. It was because he dropped this album that was supposed to be the biggest moment in his career that came out to mid-reception. People listened to this album and threw it away. See, like I said, Jack Harlow, somebody came to the game years ago, half a decade ago at this point. 2020, he would really start to blow up, but that ain't necessarily when the man started making music. His journey with music started way before that. 2017, he was dropping music, building his career. And then 2018 will come around. He would make a decision that was gonna bring some problems later on. He would sign a deal. He signed a deal with DJ Drama and Don Cannon's Generation Now label. And after this deal, he would keep dropping music. I mean, he feeding the fans, he trying to grow him a little career.
Low-key look like a scammer.
Similar with Jack, like when I first met Jack, and I felt his his ambition, his to be one of the ones. I remember even from the label, they were like, white rapper. And I'm like, look, it's not 2001.
Right.
Like,
we've seen this before.
We've had plenty of examples of successful white rappers since Eminem and exist in the culture. You know what I mean?
Name 10. Eminem. Logic? Well, no, I think Logic's mixed. Machine Gun Kelly. Does he count? I think he switched sides. Riff Raff. Oh, those two people that won that Grammy for Best Album. Macklemore. That's all I got.
I mean, and Jack was dope. Like, obviously, you see his skin color, and it's a big factor. But the kid made incredible music. You know what I'm saying? And lyrically, he was dope as. And personality-wise, he was just like, he was never trying to be something he wasn't. You know what I mean?
He does seem
comfortable
cool,
in his
though.
own skin within in the culture, within hip hop. And I love that about him. So
I
it's
do
like
too.
Years later, like watching the videos come out when he was a kid rapping, and Kendrick complimenting it and Drake complimenting it, it just kind of shows how long he's been at it.
And that was until some problems came up. He got into it with an artist that we know too well, Lil Uzi Vert. Jack Harlow and Uzi, they would have some beef that all started with Jack Harlow's decision of signing with Don Cannon and DJ Drama. If you remember back during this 2018-2019 era, Uzi was facing the most problems with his record label. I mean, there was a time where anytime you get on Instagram, you look at the blogs, you get on YouTube, you see Uzi complaining about his label. You see Uzi dissing his label, dissing Don Cannon. For a long time, Uzi was going to war with these people. Uzi's basically saying they not letting me drop my album. They holding my music for hostage. It was a whole convo around this. Remember the whole Free Uzi song back in 2019? This came out right around the time that they was pushing Jack Harlow. An article by Complex from around this time wrote this on the situation. Nav just dropped his Bad Habits project on Friday, but it didn't have a Uzi feature like the Toronto rapper originally hoped. He claimed that Generation Now, DJ Drama, and Don Cannon were responsible for blocking Uzi's appearance. With all the holdups Uzi done experienced in the past months, Drama clarified in the wake of Nav's comments that him and Cannon are not blocking the release of Uzi's next album. And so at this time, we had Uzi trying to say that Drama and Don Cannon wasn't letting him drop his music, but at the same time, these people was coming out saying Uzi had full control of when he wanted to drop. Uzi could put out that album whenever he wanted to. They not blocking his music, and that was a big part on Uzi's career. So we had this drama with Uzi, and Uzi would get online, dissing his label every chance he got.
Like
and around this time, you know, Jack Harlow with Don Cannon, he with DJ Drama. He would post a pic of him and DJ Drama and said, "Just sign my soul away. Double tap if you can't wait for Eternal Take." Then after this, Uzi would repost a picture of Jack Harlow with a clown emoji on his face. So Uzi, Jack Harlow, they going back and forth. Jack Harlow comes out 2020, drops his smash hit, was popping with a Uzi diss on it. He would say, "Little boy's trying to diss on the gram, I can't switch on the fam." And a lot of people was like, "Oh, he talking about Uzi." Uzi dissing DJ Drama, Uzi.
I like when people assume they dissing another rapper. Like, sometimes rappers just talking shit. Like, if they weren't known, who do you think they're talking about? Like, they're just popping shit.
He dissing Don Cannon, but he not gonna switch up on him.
Yeah. Do you feel like, oh yeah, this is the one thing we had to ask about. How do you feel about Uzi putting a clown emoji over your face on Instagram?
As soon as I saw it, I got butterflies in my stomach.
Why, just because he was acknowledging you?
Well, I just couldn't believe it. I was just shocked. I didn't think he would acknowledge me.
Right.
Yeah.
And why was he pissed? Was it just because you're signed to Drama and he's having his issues?
I think it's because I aligned myself with Drama during the situation. I posted a photo with my arm around Drama and I said, "Double tap if you can't wait for Eternal Take."
Yeah. What made you want to do that, though? You just feel like you had to sort of have that sense of solidarity with the team?
Yeah, partly that, and part of it was there was a genuine side to it in that, one, I wanted to show I'm with Drama. There was a lot of shit being talked about Drama,
and he's not really responding. And meanwhile, like, the person talking about him is like a mega famous superstar rapper, so it's kind of a weird thing where he doesn't seem like he's super interested in being all that public with his side of the story, or
for sure.
He'll only put it out little bits.
And I was feeling especially close with Drama because all this went down the day after that dinner I told you about.
Oh, okay.
So we were vibing at the time, you know what I mean? So I just wanted to align myself with him. Me being an Uzi fan, I didn't think it was gonna be taken how it was taken, but that's how it went.
Right.
And now Uzi don't like me.
You never heard anything else after that, or?
Never.
No. Yeah, he probably don't care that much.
Ain't been nothing since.
Do you know more about the situation with Uzi and Drama and shit than the average person reading the news? And does Drama get a bad rap in this whole thing?
I don't want to speak on it, but I know a lot more than most people.
But even past that Uzi beef, 2020 was a great year for this man. He would drop his breakout hit. He would really start building his career. He was even an XXL freshman. But where things would kind of get dark for Jack Harlow would be 2021. Around May of 2021, this man, Jack Harlow, you know, he got involved in the shooting, but it wasn't necessarily him. It was his DJ. XXL wrote, Jack Harlow was present during a fatal shooting at a nightclub in his hometown. The incident occurred on Sunday morning at Vibes Restaurant and Ultra Lounge. In the clip, you can see Jack Harlow near the stage hanging out. A short time later, disturbance starts in the crowd, which appears to lead to a fight not too far from where Jack Harlow was at. Seconds later, shots heard, Jack seen for a split second running away. According to the Louisville Police Department, a woman was found fatally wounded during the shooting and died on the scene. A man was also struck and transported to a hospital nearby with 9 life-threatening injuries. Neither victim has been identified, and at that time, that was all that people knew. So Jack had to show people got to fighting in the crowd. Situation went left. Jack, even though he wasn't hurt, his DJ is the one that got accused of doing this, and it was looking real bad for the DJ. The DJ ended up getting locked up on these charges, and they held him on a bond, a $500,000 bond. But at the same time as this, more info would actually come out on the case. So there was a woman that died that night, and that woman's mom would basically come out saying that the DJ was already causing problems that night and that he should have been left. This is what the mom said. They knew there had been an altercation prior to this with the same DJ, so he was not supposed to be allowed back in the club. I feel like he should have been removed, or they should have taken my daughter and told her to go home. And so with all this talk going around Jack Harlow's name, I mean, they trying to put a body on somebody he with. They try to put a body on this DJ. Of course he was gonna come out and say something, and this is what he would say. My heart breaks for this woman, her children, and everybody else touched by this tragic death. My heart breaks for my city, a place that's been through too much pain already. I've been in touch with her family during this painful time, and I'm grateful for them of keeping these lines of communication open. Nothing can reverse what happened. Too many lives has been changed forever. My life will remain committed to making Louisville a better place.
Jack Harlow's DJ.
Yes,
was he indicted or what was
I think it was
That's not out of the loop. I don't know nothing about this.
just charged with murder because, okay, this is the gist for people
Didn't
who
they
don't
say
know.
it was like self-defense?
Well,
or
hold on,
something?
hold on.
Here, this
We'll
is
get
the
to that.
gist, is that so Jack Harlow goes to a club, he's got a bunch of people with him
Let's
in
start,
Louisville.
Can we start from the beginning?
Sure.
His DJ caught a previous body.
Really?
You didn't know that? Jack Harlow's DJ caught a previous body at the strip club. He beat it in self-defense, right? Now it's the Kentucky Derby weekend. However long later, Kentucky Derby weekend. They're at a party. Jack Harlow's there. A friend of the guy who was murdered sees Jack Harlow's DJ in the club.
But it's a woman,
It's a
right?
woman.
Yeah.
She was with a bunch of guys, but apparently she was the only one that was
Her
like.
name was Kat, right? And she was
Kat.
very beloved in the scene out there, from what I gather. Like, a lot of people really had love for her, right?
Yeah, no, a lot of people were very hurt about this. So she decided, hey, Josh, let me hit that. She decided to be the only one that was going to turn up
It's
on
like a
this guy.
centimeter roach.
Yep. She hits him in the head with a bottle in the club. And he turns around, fires a shot, and kills her in the club.
Why is he allowed a gun in the club? Like, I feel like that's the first issue. I think security, whoever let him in with that gun, should be charged.
Insane.
I don't know if he knew who hit him. He might have just like reacted.
I don't know how the gun laws are out there, but he could beat that.
So
That
Jack
is
was
true.
in all this controversy. He
You
was
get
in
hit
some
with a bottle,
bad
you
situations.
actually
But what
could
about
be
the
hurt,
actual
for real.
music? Because remember what I said. Jack Harlow came into the music with a lot of heavy hitters in 2020. He had a few songs, a few big songs. 2021 came around. He dropped even more songs. Remember that whole run that he had with Lil Nas X where they dropped that Industry Baby song? And so for 2 years, there was no Jack Harlow album. The fans was hungry. You gotta think about the run he been on. He just dropped all of these big songs. Then 2022 would start, he would drop more big songs, another hit song. He would drop a hit song as his lead single for his next project, Come Home, the Kids Miss You. Now this was supposed to be his big moment. All these songs and everything he was doing was leading up to this moment, this project, this album
that
that
song
was
came
really
out.
gonna make or break the man's
Album
career.
came
And it
out
would
3
come out
years
to
ago?
mixed reviews.
Downs and Nail Tech, them all three of them straight bangers, all three of them. For the most part, he got a little repetitive on some of the songs. Out of 10, I give this like a 6. I give it a 6, man, because he talked about a lot of the same shit in different songs. He had a lot of beat switches. I don't know how I felt about that, but for sure, he definitely got at least 6 hits. He got at least 6 hits on here. Real talk.
many
Out of
songs on the
15,
album?
6 hits,
Oh,
I
okay,
take
okay.
it. That's almost half the album a hit.
But this album come out and not only be this big moment for Jack Harlow, but it almost started up a part 2 with Drake and Pusha T. On this project, there was a Drake feature. And this Drake feature, he would send some shots at Pusha T. And the internet was looking around, expecting a response from Pusha. But he would come out basically saying, nah, I'm not even going to entertain that. This is what HSL wrote. Pusha T seems to be unbothered by the apparent diss aimed at him by Drake on a Jack Harlow song. In an interview with The Breakfast Club, Pusha T was asked if he was preparing to drop another response in his ongoing feud with Drake after this Jack Harlow song came out online. In answering a question from The Breakfast Club host, Pusha T said that he gonna let Drake slide on this. Pusha T basically would do this interview and say like, I feel like this is an old feature. I don't think this was recent, and even if it was, what done happened already happened. He was basically on some ego shit. He was like, I put that man down already, I'll do it again. But the aftermath of this album, this big moment for Jack Harlow was there, because this was really the biggest moment in his career. And for the biggest moment in his career to be a disappointment to most people, that's not a good look, especially when you think about the state his career was in at the time. Then on top of everything else, this man Jack Harlow was just getting into it with random companies and random people. People was just targeting him. He got into it with Peter because they was saying that he was mistreating animals in the music video.
You know, Jack took some criticism just for that video with Drake where they're at Churchill Downs because, you know, racing is a bad place for horses, you know? And a lot of people said he got to donate his proceeds to some, like, animal charities. Do you feel that's fair?
Well, I will say no horses were harmed in the making of the video.
I guess that's a good point. I never thought that horses were being abused when they ran, but I do know dog races, a lot of them, like, after they're not good runners anymore or good racers, they get euthanized. So, like, is that what they doing to horses?
For sure. So, yeah, I think they might have to talk to the Kentucky Derby about that.
Is that a reach?
We were just on location. Yeah. No horses were harmed in the making of any Jack Harlow Generation Now production.
so it's unfair to say like that.
Absolutely. Yeah. Kentucky Derby's been going on for a long time. Don't come after us.
Not only will we see Jack Harlow get into it with them, him and Adam 22 kind of exchange words.
So Jack Harlow just put out a new track, and basically he's dissing podcasters
says that podcasters shouldn't be giving rappers advice. What do you think about that?
I mean, I don't know. Does Jack Harlow think that he needs more yes men? Does he need more people just sort of telling him that everything he does is dope? I think that the podcasters play an important role in the hip hop ecosystem, because without people like me or academics or Vlad or Joe Budden or whoever, then who's going to be out here letting people know what they think of their stuff? Like, I mean, the role of the critic is just as valid as the role of the creator.
Okay.
You know, for me, a lot of times when a new album comes out, I'm listening to that album, really just anticipating reading John Caramonica's review of it in the New York Times, or listening to, you know, Anthony Fantano talk about it on YouTube or something like that. So I don't know, like, how hyper specific Jack Harlow was being there, because, you know, I interviewed him before. I'm sure he understands that the role of podcasters is important. Haven't had any like strong Jack Harlow takes, but
he just said that podcasters aren't qualified to speak on it.
I mean, a lot of podcasters are. Like myself, I'm not in the music business. I was never an artist, but you know, speaking of Joe Budden, he had this whole long rap career. I think that he's speaking from a place of actual experience. But even for me, I mean, people have been saying this to me my whole life. I mean, you're not black, you don't rap. How are you going to have opinions about rap music? Whereas I'm pretty sure that like the greatest NBA writer of our time is probably somebody that can't dunk, right? Like you're out here, you're the greatest TMZ paparazzi of all time, but you don't have experience being a mega celebrity, right? Like, it doesn't change the fact that you're good at your job, right?
Thank you. Okay.
But past these situations, this man Jack Harlow would put out another body of work in 2023. After the reception he got from his last project, he would release something called Jackman, a follow-up to his last album. It was an EP.
I ain't know about this one.
And just like the previous project, this came with some interesting reviews.
If you've heard Jack's early tapes, you know this guy has been studying Drake's style and vibe for a long time. But despite all that effort, I wouldn't say he's as great at pulling off something in this vein. Plus, that one line kind of caught me by surprise about not wanting to make these lil raps and make anthems instead. Yeah, this thing is a very scant project. I don't really know what to make of, honestly. It kind of has the vibe of a very thrown together mixtape in a way. But simultaneously, while there are some major missteps on this thing, there aren't as many as there have been on Jack's two previous projects. So overall, on average, it's kind of better and more consistent, possibly the best project he's come out with thus far. However, the reason I think that is because he just doesn't really take a whole lot of shots on this project, depriving himself of opportunities to miss as a defense, which does not a great album make. I'm feeling a light 5 on this record.
And so, since this last project, it's been a big lack of music from Jack Harlow. He really took a step back from music in 2023 and kind of was just doing his own thing. He was on social media a lot, you know, he was in a couple movies, but he stepped away from music. 2023, throughout 2024, there was no music. Fans were starving. And I mean, well, still starving to this day, because Jack Harlow fans ain't got no project since 2023. But this lack of music also caused a lot of talk around his name, a lot of fall off allegations. And I mean, think about it. This man left music off a project that wasn't too highly received. Then would turn around, you know, 2023, November, he would come out and drop a hit song, Loving on Me. And this song did good. It was loved by a lot of people, 200 million views on YouTube. But he didn't follow that up. He let this song come and go. I feel like the perfect time for Jack Harlow to drop another tape would have been early 2024, but he didn't. And he wouldn't really do features either. So think about it. He didn't follow up his last project. He didn't do no features. He wasn't really collabing anybody. It was a lack of singles, a lack of everything. And this had a big effect on his name and the feeling around his name. And he knew that, because at the end of last year, he would come out dropping songs, speaking on his break and speaking on his time away from music. He would talk about how he lost a lot of money. He put out some good records. He put out some bad records. He was like, he said he lost a couple of millions because he was out the way. Then 2025 will come around, and I mean, we're 6 months in, we still ain't got a project from him, but we have gotten a single. Jack Harlow and Doja Cat will release a song together, and you would think these two would come out with a smash hit. I mean, it's Jack Harlow and Doja Cat, but this song they released came out a few months ago, and it came and went. I'm not saying it's ass, I'm not saying it flopped, but it came out and peaked at number 57, and then it dropped after that. It ain't really stick around. A lot of people
Just Us. I don't know this song. What the hell? Let's see.
Closest to the pin for an ultra?
All the time to have a commercial. And I have premium. Yeah, I understand why I didn't hear of the song.
Been talking about this song to this day, and it performed decent, but I don't think this was enough to really bring his career back. And I'm not saying Jack Harlow was terrible, but he's definitely lost a huge part of his audience, especially with how long he stepped away from the music and the position that his career was in. Jack Harlow wasn't really in a position to step away from music for a couple years. He one of them artists that should have kept feet in the streets. He should have kept dropping more projects and putting out more singles, but he didn't. He took this break, and I think he might fuck around and fall into that Polo G trap. If you remember, Polo G was one of the hottest artists in rap for a long time. I mean, he had #1 song, he had albums selling 150K first week. Then he decided to step away from music. He would step away from music, and his whole career would just die. He went from selling 140K one project to his very next project selling 20K first week, all because he wanted to take this break. And he came off a hit song. He had so much good music at that time, and Jack Harlow might fall into that same trap. He was dropping this good music, but then he stopped feeding the fans and he took a break. I don't know, what are y'all thoughts on Jack Harlow? Do you think he still has a comeback on the table, or has his time came and went?
I think time came and went. I think that's how a lot of white rappers are, to be honest. But honestly, he wasn't a bad artist. Wasn't for me, necessarily. But still a good artist. Damn, I always forget what I was trying to watch. No, that's not it. Glitch. Hey. Trying to decide what I wanted to watch. I haven't watched a video about this person yet, but I don't know if I really want to watch that. Yeah, I am curious about. Honestly, Justin Bieber is scaring me. I hope he's okay. But this is Justin Bieber harassed by paparazzi by Salone.
Stop that. You don't get to talk to me today. I'm a father, I'm a dad, at the expense of another human being. Look, I'm a real dad, a real husband, a real man. So don't do this to me. I won't be backed into a corner, not tonight.
It's not clocking to you.
Justin Bieber's officially at his breaking point, and these.
I feel bad because people talking shit, but like, you know, sometimes you just have like, what is it? I think it's called a Freudian slip. Sometimes you just misspeak. He might actually know it's not clicking to you, but sometimes you just confuse words sometimes. And he said it's not clocking.
Paparazzi need to leave him alone. He got into a really intense confrontation with some photographers last night, telling them that they need to back off.
I don't know you.
Back.
You don't go to people you don't know and say out of nowhere with a camera on their face.
Now, I know we're all interested in what Justin Bieber's going through because we're getting mixed reports that he's doing great, that he's being a father, that he's going through a relationship issue with Hailey, or maybe re-traumatized by the Diddy trial. We really don't know what's going on with Justin, but he confronted these paparazzi for a couple minutes last night, and I want to go ahead and react to what he had to say to them.
You just don't. Why? Because I'm not your friend. We're not buddies.
Now, to give you guys some context, this all went down in Malibu outside of Nobu, which is a big celebrity hotspot. I don't know how the photographers knew he would be there, but it seems like maybe he was wrapping up dinner whenever they confronted him. The concern has gotten so bad that this report actually claims that Hailey's even considering putting him into a conservatorship. Now, it seems like Justin's high all the time, but in this clip we're going to watch together, it does seem like he's coherent, and I actually feel really bad for him. He's trying to beg them for peace in his life, but they could care less. They see this as a game, cat and mouse, chasing the celebrity even though they are traumatized. And it seems like Justin's tired of living in fear.
How you doing, Justin? What's up? Don't get in front of my car.
Hey, back up. Private property. Doesn't matter.
How do you think it's going with you in my face? Get out of my face.
You are not on the sidewalk. Get on the sidewalk. Get on the sidewalk.
Stop asking me how it's going. Get out of here.
Get on the sidewalk.
It's it's also concerning because I feel like Justin Bieber has been like in the public eye long enough where you would expect him not to be fazed by the paparazzi. But I think that's why people are concerned because he is making a big deal out of it, making the issue bigger.
Set boundaries. You know what I mean? I'm not afraid to set boundaries. Don't do this.
So he right there is talking about setting boundaries with these people. Also note that his team is trying to keep them away, but it seems like they're outnumbered. At the same time, they're using this flashlight you'll see to try to block the lenses of the frame, so whatever footage they get isn't usable. But it seems like the team can't really control Justin in this moment. He's had enough.
I'm setting boundaries with you because you're on private property.
Get off.
I'm a father of a son. No, I'm a father of a real kid. And now you are. Don't act like you weren't 2 seconds ago. No, stop that. Stop. I'm a real dad with a real family. And you're really in front of my face. No. No. We're going to set boundaries here today with all of you today. Put the bars in the with by any.
This has to be such an intense scene too. Even that car that was just there, they're like peeking over, watching it all unfold. It's like almost like a fight. I mean, I would feel so embarrassed if I were Justin because everywhere he does go, he's got these random guys and we don't really ever see the paparazzi or the photographers. We don't know who they are and how they're taunting him. He even goes on to talk about who's funding this, like who's funding you guys coming out here and making my life a living hell.
Including you. First time we see you, bro. No, stop that. You don't get to talk to me today. No. He's my friend. He's my friend, bro. All of you guys are my friends. No. You're not gonna do this today. No, you don't get to ask me questions.
Why not?
Because you just don't.
Why?
Because I'm not your. We're not buddies.
Just say that.
You're on private property. No.
It's also so sad because he's trying to humanize himself, saying like, I'm a father, I have a kid, like I'm a person, but everyone else is like, you're a celebrity, and he doesn't. I mean, he became famous so young. I feel like he doesn't fully grasp what that means. Like, you have to sacrifice this part of your life, but he never even really got to live his life without this. So I feel like he's trying to humanize himself, but these people can't see him that way.
No. I'm a father. I'm a dad. I'm a father. I'm a dad.
I understand that.
And you guys are on private property in front of my car.
I understand.
No, you don't understand, or else you wouldn't be here.
Happy Father's Day, Justin.
Don't say Happy Father's Day to me because I don't know you. I don't know you. I don't know you. You don't go to people you don't know and say out of nowhere with a camera in their face. You don't. You don't. No, you don't. You don't go to someone you don't know and you stick a camera in their face. You don't do that. You don't do that.
But you're a celebrity.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if I'm a celebrity.
And it doesn't really matter if he's a celebrity. I mean, it does seem like they're just not even giving him human decency. And that's all he's asking for.
You're not.
It
doesn't matter if you're a public figure. You think this is a game?
No, we're working, man.
Exactly. At the expense of another human. And now you're laughing because you know it's true.
Of course I'm laughing because I'm working and you...
At the expense of another human being. Look,
kind of
at the expense of another human being. And you'll take this video out of context and you'll say Justin's lost his mind.
No, you're not lost your mind.
You're a cool guy.
Yeah, you are. We don't think that way. I don't think you're...
I just want to say Happy Father's Day to you, man.
So then say that then.
We're saying now, and then I have to ask a question.
And then you got so mad.
Camera.
And then you got so mad.
You have the camera.
That's what we do, bro. We're working.
You know the game. You know the game.
You see?
You know the game.
It's a game.
It's a game. Yeah, it is.
Why do you want to play a game?
We're not playing game. You're working. You're a celebrity.
We
are celebrity. We are photographer.
You have to understand that I'm not going to be backed into a corner.
I do wonder how much these people make. Like, are they making so much money following him, stalking him, going all the way out to Malibu to have these type of confrontations? Like, is a photo worth that much?
Not tonight. Not tonight. Not tonight. I won't be backed into a corner. Not tonight. I love my nights. I love my evenings. I'm not going to be backed into a corner. Okay? So I need you guys to leave. You're going to take this video out of context. You're going to say I'm mad. I don't know
why doesn't his team get him on the bus?
But I'm not the one. Okay? Stop provoking me. I'm a real dad, a real husband, a real man. So don't do this to me. okay? I'm not to be with. I don't know who's paying you to me or provoke me, but I'm not the one. I know the game, bro. It's a game, like you just said multiple times. I'm tired of the game, bro.
That was hard to watch because it does seem like a cry for help. And at the same time, these photographers understand why he's upset. They're sitting here saying, it's a game, you know what it is, you're a celebrity. They know why he's upset. They're just not listening. Even in those clips, you see the photographers like, looking around as he's talking because they could care less about what he's actually saying. Radar Online reported that Justin sparked concern over his well-being after a series of disturbing social media posts, which we actually went over a few days ago if you guys want to go and watch that video, and all my other videos because the views are not viewing. While some fans suggested that Justin simply looked tired because he's a new parent, others accused him of being on drugs and begged him to seek help. Insiders claim that Hailey has been reeling amid constant criticism of her husband. A source says that Hailey's got a lot going on, too much. There's real concern over how she's emotionally managing it all. Justin has not done much to help the situation. His own words have fueled scrutiny about his marriage, the Mother's Day situation, the Vogue situation. I mean, Hailey does have a rough time right now between handling the business, her child, her man-child, her husband, Justin, who I think that alone, you need like a full-time, like, supervisor there. That's why celebrities have these handlers. I mean, even seeing him going and having dinner, it's like it's chaotic. He cannot go anywhere peacefully. He just needs the help. One legal expert suggested that Justin could be placed into conservatorship if he doesn't clean up his act soon. Jamie Wright said in an interview, "As a seasoned attorney, I'll say this bluntly. If Justin Bieber's recent behavior is as troubling as reported and these erratic social media posts, there's the visible signs of impairment and statements hinting at isolation and emotional instability, then yes, a conservatorship could be considered. In California, a conservatorship is a court-ordered plan where a designed person, a conservator, could be Hailey, could be like someone else. I feel like if Scooter Braun was in the picture, he would totally be it, is appointed to manage the affairs, personal care, or finances of an adult."
Should just be allowed to put someone into conservatorship like that. Like, okay, yeah, he looks a little out of it, but like, at least try to get him some help before you just take away all his rights.
This isn't just about being out of it on Instagram. Courts require substantial medical evidence and the bar is high. Especially after the Free Britney movement, they're not going to go and just throw another pop star into a conservatorship. It'll make the probate court look really bad. Actually, they mentioned the Britney situation, quote, especially post-Britney, with the public and legal community rightfully wary of abuses in the system. Now, personally, I don't think that Justin needs to go and be put into a conservatorship. I think that there needs to be laws that go and protect people like him in these positions. I don't think he was being unreasonable. I think he was emotional and upset in those moments, but what he's asking for isn't something that should be unattainable. I mean, granted, living in Los Angeles, it's part of the culture. There's going to be photographers everywhere. And even on Instagram, when I posted about this, people were like, he should just move out of LA. But that sucks too, to not have the freedom to live where you want to live, especially.
He doesn't even have to go that far. Just move out of their facility. Like, go in your car. He had a 30-minute conversation with these people that he did not need to have. And it just aggravated him more. He didn't have to be
Especially
there.
because this is the industry he's involved in. Either way, I think Justin needs to be left alone. Leave him alone. Leave Britney alone and Justin. But I want to hear what you guys think in the comments below. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in another one soon. Also, I'm in Hawaii right now, which is why I got this little necklace on, or I'm in a different background. I am on.
Good video. I need to go to Hawaii. I was looking it up the other day. I will be there. When? I don't know, but at some point. I think that is all for today. Because I need to make dinner. And it's already 7:20.